Hey, good evening and welcome to Normsty TV. What's going on podcast? As you can see, I am not Normsky. I am Big D. Again, stepping in for the big man tonight. They have a celebration for their dad tonight, which in our culture we call the Nine Nights. For those that that weren't on last week, Normsky's dad passed away, so he's been handling some family business and just taking care of stuff. And tonight they're doing a celebration in South London for him, which is a very much a Caribbean islands tradition called the Nine Nights. So he's away doing that, and he's just asked me to again step in and continue with the show. He wants the show to go on, and yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's not a problem. Chili is on his way in, and it's gonna be, I think, me and Chili tonight. So we are going to be looking at, as usual, we're going to be looking at the reviews. You see it at the bottom of the screen there. Prem reviews, player ratings, ref watch. Ten Hag 1 down, 3 to go. 3 to go. 600 million. Was it worth it? What's going on? Score predictions. Yeah. So smash the like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're gonna rock and roll with the show tonight. Hopefully I won't be flying solo too long. And I'm already seeing in the comments who we got in the comments. Who's first up? It is Scott. Yes, Scott. How you doing, my friend? Norm will appreciate that. I know when he looks back, he'll see what's going on there. But we're just going to continue, and just step the gap for him, Scott. So good to have you on, mate. Consistency as always, and we really do appreciate that. We appreciate your time and you checking in on us. And we're gonna kick on. We're gonna kick on. It's been an interesting week for a lot of reasons, because Man United had a cup final, which was the first in 6 years, and with new managers. So it really was a nice baptism of fire for him. There's been a lot of chat, people talking about it's a tin pot cup, whatever. But you have to look at Man City. Man City taking it seriously. I think they've won it 4 out of the last 6 attempts. So at the end of the day, when you haven't been winning, I just don't think you can look down on these cup finals. You know what I mean? Because like in any sport, to get to a showpiece event in that sport is always a big deal. It's always a big deal. So for us to go out there, very scrappy game. I'm not even going to pretend it was a very scrappy game. But after our performance against Barcelona in midweek, may I add that we played midweek when Newcastle were resting. So that's just like another FA trying to trip up. Trophy and prize money. But this is the thing, Scott. The actual prize money apparently is less than 200 grand. So they've got to do better as a sponsor. That the League Cup has been around for years. I'm not sure it's been around as long as the FA Cup, but it may have been around as long as the FA Cup. But the mere fact that it's around, then you got to throw a couple of million there. At least 5 mil to make teams say, what, that's 5 mil that they can invest within their youth academy, within their female team, if they have a female team, or with just in general fixing up whatever needs fixing in the club. So, for a mere £200,000, that sounds a bit of a joke. Yeah, Scott. It is, yeah. Very, it is very low. And 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 I suppose as you may or may not know, Scott, a lot of people, companies, sorry, have sponsored the League Cup over the years. So it's changed hands quite a lot of times. I remember when it was the Milk Cup, and I was young then. It was the Milk Cup. I'm going back some years now. So yeah, it's always been it's always been one of those things where you look at it and you say you have to up the money if you want big teams to continue to consider it a, a tournament, because this is how I see it. It's a chance to build the youth, and yeah, and it's a day out at Wembley. I mean, who wouldn't want a day out at Wembley? Yes, Scott Littlewood's Cup. Yeah, I remember when it was that as well. And so you look at these things and you say sponsorship come correct, and like I say, the big clubs have taken it serious. I know Liverpool about it several times. Like I said earlier, City had 4 out of 6. So Guardiola, even though he was throwing shade this week, he's taking that cup seriously because he knows that it's allowed him to catapult into everything but winning the Champions League. So for me, I'm not going to sit here. Excuse me. I'm not going to sit here and ignore that cup. The day out at Wembley, the fans, the banter, Newcastle fans came out. I mean, you saw the flags. I think it was literally a 50-50 stadium. It came to fan support. So, apart from the charity shield, this is literally the first cup competition curtain raiser before, obviously, the Premier League, Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference, the FA Cup. You've got all these come. And so, yeah, I'm happy for the boys, you know what I mean? 'Cause some of them have never won it. I mean, some of the players recently, but then we now have 2 World Cup winners. So you got the World Cup winners actually there doing that. And so, yeah, you look at that and like, yes, what he's saying here. Honestly, I think Pep is nervous of the rise of Arsenal. He is afraid of Arsenal because you have to remember he gave Arsenal 2 very good players as well. So you got to look at that and say, what were you thinking there, man? You actually strengthen your friend. I'm gonna assume that him and Pep Guardiola, sorry, he's Pep Guardiola, him and Mikel Arteta are still very much good friends. And so to say, here you go, mate, these are surplus to my requirements. Yeah, you can have these ones. You can have these ones. Craig, is that big in the chat? Big up yourself, Craig. Craig, I'm flying solo for a minute until Chili comes. The Chili's coming in. Yeah, big up yourself, Craig. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, bro. Casemiro. Yeah, I mean, Graham Souness got taken out for dinner, mate, because you saw the disrespect from Graham Souness when we bought him. He was trashing this guy. Oh, he's just there for the money. It was a load of negative talk, and even now, the negative talk that we've had since winning the cup, I guarantee you, if Newcastle had beaten us, they would be putting us on the cross, mate. And these are the things that disappoint me with how shady our media, whether it be fan channels, whether it be Talk Sport, or whatever, Five Radio. There's been a lot of Sky Sport pundits. There's been a lot of, well, United was supposed to win it. Not really. A cup final, if you understand cup finals, no matter what it is, World Cup, European Cups, whatever, a cup final is just a clean slate, right? There is no, because because we're third in the league. Newcastle are fourth in the league. It's not like Newcastle are scrambling for to fight off relegation. And this is the other thing that annoys me. I'm like, they're literally what, 4 or 5 points behind us in the league. No, behind Tottenham actually, yeah, because Tottenham have leapfrogged them, which is, I'm leaving Tottenham when Chile comes on. That's going to be Chile's thing to brag on, obviously. But yeah, you have to look at that and say, just tip your hat to the man and give him credit, because it's his 6 months in, and he's gotten a few players that he needed to try and build a spine, and he gets to his first cup final in the league, And it's still involved in the Europa League. It's still involved in the FA Cup. We are playing. In the FA Cup. So we have the FA Cup tonight. We're playing West Ham tonight in the FA Cup. I can't even think what round it is. But yeah, we're in the FA Cup. So you look at these things and you say, they've just got to relax and just give them a little credit for coming in and turning what I feel as a United fan was an absolute train crash. It was. And he's turned the train crash into some kind of, we're looking like we know what we're doing. And we haven't looked like that in a very long while, regardless of who's been in. You know what I mean? The whole Ollie at the Wheel thing, which I never bought into. I just thought, you're just inept as a manager. You're not going to compete against Pep and Klopp and whoever else is, pulling trees in the top six. So Conte, you know what I mean? These are all managers that have done it. So, yeah, you know what? I'm happy with our position. We are looking up at us. I'm sure Arsenal fans love to hear this. That Man United are looking up at them at the pinnacle, and that's the team to rein in. If anyone's going to rein in, I wouldn't go as far as saying that we're in a title challenge. I mean, people say you got to say you're in a title challenge. I just think we're playing too much football right now, and to play today after a cup final, it would have been nice to get a week of light training going to the Liverpool game at the weekend. But here we are playing West Ham at 1945 tonight in the FA Cup. So there's been no rest for him, and for me, I've moved on from that trophy because you can't dwell on it. You've won it. You got to look at tonight's game, as in I want us to stay in the FA Cup. And so you got to look at that and say, right, let's spring forward. Definitely not backwards, but spring forward. I mean, league-wise, we have Arsenal and Everton tonight. We have Arsenal and Everton tonight, and let me see, Liverpool and I'm just checking my phone now. Liverpool and Wolves at 8 o'clock, and Arsenal home to Everton at 19:45. So for Arsenal, I think that's the must-win game for Arsenal, just because, just because they have ambitions to win the league now. I don't think any Arsenal fan can realistically tell me that the position they're in now, go to March, the first day of March, top of the tree, you've got to be confident in saying we have enough. You've got who's coming back? You've got oh my goodness, striker that got injured. I just went blank then. You got your striker back in training. Apparently, he's back. I read today that he's training on grass. So, and that has been a big loss for you. You know what I mean? And so I look at that in the sense of get your top striker back, and yeah, you have to be. Thank you, Craig. Jesus, his name just slipped me there. So yeah, must-win game tonight. As my telly is getting it. I hear you, Scott. Especially if you're staying up. You're staying up late to watch that start. If I'm correct, I'm trying to think your time zone. You're in front, so you're staying late to watch that. Craig, yeah, Jesus, man. Yeah, top striker. So I think you get Jesus back into that mix. I think Arteta will be happy with that because there's just a lot of pressure on him now, and I think he knows that. I don't know if Arsenal don't win it now. Here's a question to the community: if Arsenal don't win this title now, from this position, um, do you look elsewhere, or do you still say, from what went on last season, um, Arteta has progressed if he finishes second? Because I know there's going to be a lot of people that want him gone, and those that have watched previous shows, like you've seen how I've bantered Norman on saying Arteta in. I'm always on him like, are you Arteta in, Norman? He'll say that. Nobody will tell you that. And if you watched it, you'll know as well that Norm skiing Arteta. Norm skiing me. You win. Arteta in. A lot of pressure on Arteta, and that's football. I think once you go to these very big clubs, you have to look at the situation of the money involved, the money that you the money that everything that's involved in Champions League. Right, just a moment while I bring in man's like Chile. Chile, I just spotted a drop on there. I'm there chatting away to myself, and Chile's there telling me, Chile, come through, my bro.
Yo,
Chile.
yo. I can't put my camera on yet. Give me a minute.
All good, mate. That's all good, mate. Who's this? First half against Villa. I broke the TV remote. I was fuming. Listen, Craig, Villa are no longer mugs, my friend. You know, and the thing is, they have your old manager, don't they? Unai Emery. So you got the old manager there, and I think he had a bit of an axe to grind, didn't he? So I imagine how I imagine how furious you are after one gets that in if you were in the league. Yeah, I don't see it. I think they are. I think you're right. I think they are very much invested in Arteta. So yes, but it's not something about. Oh, hello, mate.
Right, I was listening to what you were saying just now about dodgy Arsenal winning the league and that they're top in March. You've got to take into account that we're a month behind at this point because of the World Cup. So normally in March
it's true. You know,
a lot more games.
A lot more games. Yeah. So you know, I'm just getting the league up now. I'm on run. So some have played 24. Some have played. A few have played 25, and there's still teams like Brighton and Liverpool that are on 22 and 23 games.
Yeah, exactly.
The guys in the guys in the bottom, say like the bottom from Chelsea downwards, they've all played 24 games. Yeah, and then the teams that are above them, Brentford, Brighton, Liverpool, Newcastle, they've played 22 and 23. Fulham, Tottenham, and Fulham have played 20. As Man City played 25, and Arsenal, United have played 24. So yeah, it's look at it. There's still a lot of games to go, Chile. You know what I mean? You know, we don't have to overthink this one at all. But what Craig's saying now about him not getting fired, then it's probably right. It's probably all right. What's he saying here?
They didn't fire him when he finished 8th or 5th. They're not going to fire him if he finishes 2nd.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be stupid, wouldn't it? Because he showed progress.
Oh yeah, it would.
Yeah. Arsenal have got treat these 40 league games as cup finals. Yeah, but the thing is that you've got Europa in between that, so it really is about rotating the squad, and there is a pressure for him probably to make a choice. Like see with our manager, Chile, he's just saying, "Nah, man, just go for it." But I think Arsenal not winning the league for so long, you may see Arteta just lean to saying, "You know what? I'm going to field a team that I hope can win in Europa and keep fielding his strongest team in the league." I think he may do that. Here we go. Arsenal up front. Arsenal front three against Everton. Martinelli, Saka, Trossard. Yeah, he played Trossard in the false 9 the other night, didn't he? I watched the highlights of it, and he started Trossard in the over number 14, Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry's little brother. So yeah, he's kind of favouring Trossard, and playing in that false line. I think it worked, yeah, but I mean, when you come against organised teams, you've got to break them down, and maybe Trossard's got that 1-2 football within the box, a bit like Saka. So I understand him going again with that false line tonight. It's Everton as well. Everton have been very hit and miss.
Didn't Everton beat Arsenal already this season? I'm sure they did.
But that was a 1 game bounce, though, wasn't it? That
Well,
was a 1 game bounce. Yeah, yeah. Squad changed from last game. I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
See,
Scott
so
talking about Arsenal.
mm.
Yeah, and then just who's this? Yeah. Oh yeah. You're saying that your trust fund offers way more. Yeah, you know
way
what?
more than
Then
who?
the number 14, the striker. No one's always
Oh,
complaining about him.
Nketiah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're tipping me there. So
Why the hell do I know Arsenal squad numbers? That's not good.
I know. No, but no. I'll tell you what. Why? Remember, we debated. Remember, there was a show that we debated whether he should take the 40 or not. So I think that's kind of stuck in my head from previous shows. That I realized this guy put himself under pressure taking that shirt. It's like anything, isn't it?
What's that? Twilight Zone. I must have imagined that then.
Yeah. There was definitely a game we were debating. Sorry, definitely a show. Sorry, earlier on. Well, late last year. No, it must have been. Like in the summer when he got the new contract. Because Normski was upset about the contract because I think it was over 100 grand a week, and then
that's right.
He's taking the number 14 shirt. So so
if it means so much, they should have retired it when Henry left.
Exactly. And the thing is, this one I said this to my brother at the weekend and last weekend, sorry, and I was saying about when we eventually get someone in to give them that number 7, you can't give number 7 shirt out just like that. People said that it should have been Sancho's, but then what's gone down with Sancho having to send him away and all the rest of it, and then get now integrated back into the squad. Some people will think, well, maybe Sancho ain't going to get that number 7. But, I think if we go for any sort of big, even a striker, if you go for a big hitting striker, because I'm trying to think.
Why do you need one when you got Rashford? Rashford is on fire. Someone must have thrown petrol on him or something because this guy is on fire.
I know. But this is the thing. This is the thing, right? Is that this is how I look at it, right? I feel like we're overplaying Rashford now because even in the final, you can tell he wasn't at 100%, and he took a couple of bad tackles as well, and you can see his face, but he just wanted to win so badly, and I imagine he may have taken a cortisone injection or something like that. You know what they do when they just want to play?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
I don't to see that. Because you remember that we complained about Ollie playing him with his shoulder and his back injury. Ollie kept playing him. Come on, just the team needs you. Because Ollie was trying to save his job. So I look at that and say, I still want to strike in the summer. Martial in it, we can't rely on Martial. I can't stay fit. And for me, that frees up his number 9 shirt and the number 7 shirt is available. So whoever comes in, there's 2 very big spot numbers there to fill. Whether Ten Hag wants to or will fill them in the summer, that remains to be seen.
But Harry Kane wants number 10. Who wears number 10 for you?
Rashford.
Rashford's
Rashford. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The thing is, I think if Kane came, I think that's a wild dream. If Kane came, I actually think Rashford would give up the number 10 to get the number 7.
Yeah, he's playing off the left anyway, so he should have the 11,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah. No, not 11, 7.
Oh, 7. No, he should be number 11 where he's playing Rashford.
Well, you know who's got number 11, right? Don't you?
Who's that? Not Bruno.
Greenwood.
Hang on.
Green's got it. Green's got it.
Oh, you can't wear that shirt. I forget bird. The shirt number.
Exactly,
I forget bird.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
I forgot about it. Is he coming back, D?
God knows, mate. There's been
If you look
meetings.
at check it though, D, he's done
Yeah,
nothing wrong now.
I
So
know.
why can't the guy play?
It's definitely gonna be interesting. But yeah, I, I'm looking at that. I'm saying this is me. After all that drama, and then the drama with gigs before him, I don't think anybody's gonna want that number 11 shirt. I don't see it
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
You know,
Gigs
the ones
before
because
I
it just
forgot. Gigs
yeah,
was a
because
different level, man.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of two man that even okay, it's not found guilty, but there's two man that just bought bare shades to that number 11 shirt. And me as a
Yeah.
player, if I came to, I'd be like, yeah, number 11, allow it. You know what I mean? I'd rather take number 20. I take 22. I take a high number rather than take number 11. But like I say, we get rid of Anthony Marshall, and yeah, and so the number 9 becomes available, and the number 7 is available. And obviously agreeing with God knows. Rumor has it that Ten Hag reached out to him about a conversation. Apparently, the dressing room split on whether he comes back on this year, as in this season. There's a thing where he may not come back this season. They may wait it out till the summer. Remember, he's still under contract, actually, on good money as well. I think he's on like 120 a week or some madness. He's on very good money. So
The thing
they'll
is,
wait it out.
technically, like I said, he's innocent of everything. He's done nothing wrong.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we all know what he did do. Do you know what I mean? And so
mm,
that's what the problem lies. And his teammates know
yeah.
what he did as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. And even if it's I'm into this stuff, then yeah, remember we spoke about maybe the whole rough sex thing, that bondage stuff. He's probably into all that madness because he's a weird you. Let's not get that twisted. He's a weird brother. And so whatever you saw on England duty with him and Foden, they're not one-offs. It's what that kid does. You know what I mean? Obviously now, I was that she's pregnant now. Back with her. The same girl. And she's pregnant, so that's just it's another
Do you think
madness
she's
anyway.
pregnant?
Apparently so. Yeah, I've seen it on quite a few different social platforms that they're putting it out there that she's expecting this kid. So yeah, listen, I'm just gonna address a couple of things in the chat here. These are from Craig. So this is when condolences go out to Stephen, Fiti, family and friends. Stephen, rest in peace. Just the family and just a season. Our very own Nomsky is going through that same season, so yeah, just big up to the family and hold strong. Also, the great John Motson, my friend, John. I mean, 5 decades actually of commenting on football. I mean, that is mad, right? It's like just for that 5 decades.
Yeah, 5 decades, man.
Yeah,
It's a long time.
Just I'm watching. I think it was on BBC that they were doing like they were showing this thing, and the games like that he'd been involved in, where he'd gone over the world, and yeah, I remember, like I say, I remember when I was young, and this guy was, like black and white, watching the games in black and white on that little tiny TV with no remote control on my parents' house. And I remember that John Motson was commentating on the FA Cup final or whatever. Yeah, he's done some big games over these 5 decades.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And just condolences to his family as well. Life comes at you quickly, whether you're young or old, and as my missus earlier, how we already in March. It just felt like I was away on holiday for Christmas just the other week, and we're in March. So
yeah,
it tells you how these months. I know February's a very short month, but the months are racing. It's crazy, bro. That first March, and I
the
just
older
thought,
you get, the quicker the months go.
Yeah, it just it does work. So yeah, I was explaining to the guys before you came on that that Normski was doing the whole traditional 9 nights for his father, very much a Caribbean tradition that is done it's done throughout the islands, but it's adopted here because so many Caribbean people moved here, and I know when I lived in America as well, they had it. You know, I was in Florida, lived in Florida. Yeah, I went to a few of people that I knew from the church and stuff like that when their families passed away. A member of family passed away, and so it's something that is done once they leave the Caribbean and go to wherever they want to settle. They'll do it in that country. So I know that. I remember when I came in from when my dad died, and I was living in St. Lucia, and I came home. When I got, they were in the middle of the 9 nights, and every night the house was packed up at my mum's house. It was like actually a little bit intense in the sense of there's too many people. For me, it was like I'm trying to get my head around my dad dying. I was like, there's too many people here, but I respected that it's what is done in tradition. So
and they're all there to celebrate your dad's life and show respect.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
your dad,
Yeah.
I mean?
And I remember to my mum, maybe if I was living in the country, it wouldn't have been so overwhelming. But like to get off a plane at Gatwick or Heathrow, I can't remember when I came in now, maybe Gatwick, and then I drive up with my brother come and got me, and I literally walked into the house, and the house was roadblocked. And then everyone was back to see me. My mom just crying her eyes out. It was a whole mad emotions just going on in that whole 5 seconds of entering the house. It's crazy. But then, like you say, I appreciated people being there to honour. So that's what they're doing for Norman's dad tonight. And I don't know whether John Monson or Steve Fairley family do a similar thing. I know the Irish community, they do a very similar thing to that as well.
Yeah.
So, but Chile, we are gonna briefly go through the weekend's games. So tonight, the games that have been played tonight: Arsenal, Everton, at 19:45, and Liverpool, Wolves at 200. These are from game week 7, so these are rearranged games that got promoted for whatever reason. I can't. So that was January postponed. Yeah, that was January 12th. Then games should have been played. So they're playing those 3 games tonight. But we will go to current. Where are we? Where are we? Game week 20. Game week. Well, yeah,
it must be 25,
game week 24. 24. Yeah. So hold on. Was that not a Friday night game? I thought it was. Hold on. What am I doing here? I thought it was a Friday night game. Or am I mistaken there?
Which one?
Yeah, there was. It was a Friday night game, wasn't it? And Fulham Wolves.
Yeah, Fulham beat. Who did Fulham beat?
No, it was 1-1 at the Cottage. Wolves on Friday the 24th.
I thought Fulham won.
Hold on. Let me go back. So they're saying that.
Oh no, it was. You're right. 1-1 Wolves. You're right. It's Fulham 1, Wolves 1.
Hold on. We are the 20. What are we today? 20.
It was on Friday the 24th.
Friday. Yeah. And then we're actually we're on game week 25, mate, not 24. I'm tripping myself.
Yeah,
up.
25. Yeah.
So Fulham share the scores at the Cottage 1-1 with Wolves. I'm looking at Wolves and saying Wolves are showing a bit of fight. Where are they in the table? They are. Where are Wolves? They're 15th. So they're not out of the woods because they, I suppose the thing is that they've all played 24 games down there, but they're 24th. Well, 24 played 24 points, minus 15 goal difference, and then Fulham are doing well. Fulham are 6th at the moment.
I think up to Palace in 12th isn't safe.
Yeah, I have to agree. And Palace they've got a little bit of a breathing room, and it's just literally a point cushion. It's nothing to shout about, really, is it? And then you've got Villa on 31 points in 11th. So that was the weekend opener, and then obviously Newcastle postponed with Brighton because they're playing a cup final. And then you got Everton, who just need to do what they need to do at home. They go down 2-0 to Villa. And yeah, Ollie Watkins again on the score sheet. He seems to have found a bit of form again. Chile is one of the informed strikers. So
yeah, he's been playing well recently.
He has, and so you look at Everton, and you have to worry for Everton, Chile. Yeah, you know what I mean, still in the bottom three. The goal difference ain't looking too good. Minus 15, 21 points from 24 games, so they're not even averaging a point a game. So
not even a point a game, yeah. 5 wins.
It's not good enough, is it?
5 wins, that's dreadful, man.
It is, yeah. Well, 13, 6 draws. Yeah, because you look at their stats. The stats are the same as Bournemouth. They just got better goal difference than Bournemouth. But exactly the same stats: 24, 5, 6, and lost 13. Drawn 6, lost 13.
Who scored all them goals against Bournemouth, man?
Yeah, the minus 26 is criminal. I think, didn't they get spanked by City? And maybe, City took them down with a heavy one. Yeah, minus 26 is criminal.
Yeah, but they must have had a few spankings to be minus 26, though, D.
Yeah, I think they have, mate. I mean, I don't know. You can't say you feel sorry for them, because we always say it, that if you don't invest, if you don't invest coming up, you have to remember they got done 9-0 by Liverpool. And then they let let me see Barca's beat them. You guys put 3 past them. West Ham put 2 past them. Wolves put 4 past them. Who else? Chelsea put 2 past them. Palace put 2. United put 3 past them. Yeah, they've been leaky. Man City put 4 past them. You know what I mean? They've been leaky, mate. And it I mean, okay, they're gonna get the parachute money, Chile, but it's not the same thing, is it? For me, staying up in the league has to be a priority to get some consistency, staying up and beating at the highest level, because when you go down to the English League Championship, that is a top league to go down in to come back up again. So yeah, it's not good. Where are we with it? Ellen Road leads 1-0 against Southampton. Another team that looks like they're heading to the division, because they're still rated to the bottom, Southampton. So, and they got some decent players. You got to look at that as well and see what is going on here. Yeah,
if you look though, in the last 5-6 years, they've lost so many players and their manager, Poch.
Yeah, because what they do, Chile, they almost advertise themselves as a feeder club. They say they're not selling, and then you put another 5 million on it, and they don't. So I'm sure the fans are furious with the way the club's being run right now, and I'm actually surprised that Ward-Prowse is still there. I thought so about gone in for him in the January transfer window.
I was hoping that we would go in for him.
But I suppose him being club captain, it's always harder to prize him away. I think if they get relegated, he'll look for him. I don't think he's that daft that he's going to stay and go and play in the Championship. I think he's a decent player. And I think there's a few good players that will get poached from there. That are probably good squad players, or even maybe starters for. Well,
if you think man like Mane come from there,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They've had some good players come out of that camp. I mean, even what's the Arsenal guy? Playing
White,
Everton.
No,
Brighton. I forget his name now. He was at Arsenal, and he was been the next best thing, but I think injuries kind of had him a little bit. He was in the England squad, and Is that attacking midfield? I forget his name now. Winger midfielder. But yeah, these guys all came back to Southampton camp, so you got to look at that and just kind of wonder like what's really going on here with with that. Yeah. Let me see. It's King Power Stadium. Arsenal go away to Leicester, which could have been a potential banana scheme because Leicester are very hit and miss, probably more miss than hit. And literally they conceded on the brink of half time, and I don't think Leicester recovered from that because I think there was definitely some opportunities, a few controversial refereeing moments as always. We always have the segment of ref watch. I think every week we look at certain games and you just say, what are the refs doing? Was VAR even switched on? Because sometimes when they go to VAR, you actually wonder if they've all gone out for a cigarette break and they completely missed it and they're trying to rewind it back. Because you have to wonder that sometimes, actually, how long it takes. You say you lot went out for a fag break, didn't you? And someone scored and they're like, is it offside? And the ref panicking, he's got his earpiece. And it's like VAR, and you're waiting 2 minutes later, VAR can't give you an argument back. I think it shouldn't take 2 minutes for VAR to know whether
I don't think it's a lot of the time I can call it from the first one or two VAR things that they show, and yet they're still going over and over it.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be clear and a clear decision. So I think that if it takes you 2 minutes,
because they say the term is something like clear and obvious error or something like that.
Clear and obvious. Yeah.
That's how they term it. So you have to remember how many eyes normally are on these games. If we're all watching it and seeing a couple of angles from the camera and going, it's definitely offside. It's like, what cameras are they looking at in VAR while they're all still, we're not quite sure here. And so it always, and I think that's why you can't trust it. Not only that, it's also celebrations. You celebrate and then you stop. Because you go, oh, they've gone to VAR. And then you wait again. And some people say, well, at least you get to celebrate twice. But I think it kills it for me. Like, when you score, you need to go rip off the top, have a madness with the crowd. It's crazy.
You say you cheer and then you sit down and you're all downhearted. Your heart's beating. You're thinking, no.
Yeah. And even the player that scored, you can see him, he's looking up at the screen. If they've got one, he's looking at the ref. Like, come on, ref, what's going on? What are you doing here? And it's a bit of a madness. But I'm sure Craig and Scott will be happy that Mikel Arteta took that team away. And he's ground out 2 very good away wins. And that might be a good omen for them, Chile, even though you're going to hate to say that. But to go away twice and grind out 2 very potential banana skin games puts them in good still, So, Arsenal 1, Leicester 0. And then we go to Forest, who you're hoping, Forest go to Olympic Stadium, West Ham, and they get absolutely turned over, mate. Absolutely turned over. Danny Ings, And I'm like,
Danny Ings,
wow. Yeah, he got a brace and he got, obviously, it took him a good 70 minutes to break them down. But once they broke them down, 71st, 73rd, 78th, and 85th minute, it's like just gave up. They just crumbled after that first goal winning.
You're in trouble when Antonio's scoring against you.
I know. He's awful at the moment, isn't he? He's awful.
Yeah, he's been bad, man.
He's been in bad form. Because he's not a lazy striker, but he's not clinical. And I think,
but he was last season. Do you remember how he started last season? It was like he was Ronaldo or something.
Yeah, he was on it because I actually remember I had him in my fantasy football league for a little while because he was pulling up trees. And then it's like he runs out of gas. You're like 2/3 into the season, you're just like, yeah, man, he's done. He's done out here. There's got no more thing else to offer.
He looks like he's a big old boy, though, don't he?
Yeah, the big lump. Yeah, he's got that. What's his name? He's got that bully beef about him. Like Lukaku and Emil Heskey. He's got that sides about
Yeah,
him
yeah.
where players
Emil
mouth him,
Heskey,
you know what I
man.
mean? Yeah, he got that
Emil.
little Heskey build about him. But you know what?
Yeah.
I used to people some jokes on Emil, but I said if you watch Emil, Michael Owen, he's a bad man, you know. Him and Michael Owen, they were horrible to play against. And
Yeah, but
so
that's the thing.
yeah,
He
but
needed Michael Owen to be that
yeah,
player. On his own,
yeah, yeah,
he can't
to run
lead
off
the
him.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
exactly.
to run off him. Scott here said VAR works, all human errors. Well, yeah, but what I'm saying, Scott, is that if you're in the studio and you're getting better angles than what we're getting from TV, why is it taking you so long? And yeah, and so maybe it's quality of I don't know if these guys are retired ref. I think there's normally one retired ref in there with them.
Yeah,
But
they
then
should have retired players, let alone retired ref.
yeah. But most of the time it's reading the line, isn't it? So they clearly have the technology to put the line across the pitch, and then you just literally use your cursor and pull the line up to where the players are. Once the line comes to
Yeah,
the first player, then you can see who's offside or not. It really just
yeah.
don't see what they're missing with it, or the way they're thinking it. For me, it spoils the game, and sometimes you just want to say,
Why are they still getting things wrong, like the handballs? Look at the West Ham handballs. They had 2 weeks on the
yeah,
trot, once against us, and I forget who it was the week before, but they were both blatant handballs, and they don't give it.
yeah, and even one. You remember the one we talked about the other week? When he dives, when the defender falls over, but he palms the ball around the goalpost with his hands as he falls over, and he doesn't give the ball because it's right at the end of the game, and you know he didn't want to give a penalty. He just pretended like he didn't see it. And I'm thinking you're not going to get more blatant than that. You know what I mean? It's like because he looked at the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's dived the other way. It's been a deflected shot, so he's kind of fell over or dived over, saved it for the goalie. And I'm like, that's a penalty, man. And everyone's saying it, and they don't get it, and you just think, yeah, there's definitely some corruption here. What does Scott say? If we allow VAR, was all I run, yeah, artificial intelligence, yeah, it would remove the problem. But you know what? It's like when I was in living in Florida, like I looked at certain things that they did in America, and then I was chatting to a friend of mine. And he said, "Do you look at it as job creation?" I said, "There's no need for it. That's just extra." No, it's job creation, bro. Like I bank with Bank of America, Chile, and Bank of America, you could actually drive up in your SUV and just like you're ordering a McDonald's or something, pull up to the window
Yeah.
and deal with a lady, do your banking without getting out of the car, brother. I'm like, how lazy do you have to be? To a point, I did it, and I said, "Nah, D, park your car and walk into the back, you lazy son." You know what? but the thing was, it was there. They created a job for somebody to be in a kiosk, open the window, you can do all your transactions, put in, take money, whatever you want to do, without physically getting out. You can't do one window down. And I just thought, nah, and this is too lazy, this is terrible. So, and they say it's job creation. So I hear what Scott's saying with the artificial intelligence running it, but there's no job creation apart from the tech that goes in to make sure that everything's all hooked up and running, right? You get rid of what?
Yeah,
5
once you've
in
got
one
it
hit?
up and running, you don't need many
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Look, like you know, actually, we come from a telecom background, so we know that once you say you got connection and the poles up, the cables, the underground is done, the joint is done at the cab, you should be good unless someone sets the cab on fire. You know what I mean? or the cab gets flooded, or the joint box gets flooded in a heavy rain and winter. Otherwise, it's going to work. So
it's going to work.
Man,
it's just there.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, and so you have to look at it, Scott, as job creation, mate. And I think if my memory serves me correct, it's 4 guys at the desk and then one that stands behind it. When I've seen them show VAR, it's normally 4 on the desk on the computer and 1 guy almost monitoring them so that they don't cheat, allegedly. So
Yeah.
that's 5 guys you
They
get rid
should have
of
3
for every
different
game.
people. They should have 3 people or 5 people in separate cubicles. They all look at it. They all vote yes or no, and the majority rules.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
then at least, you know what I mean? If that, because when they say it's one person, like they say such and such is on VAR today, if he gets it wrong, that's it. It's wrong. There's less
Oh,
chance
yeah,
of
yeah,
3 people getting it wrong.
yeah. But then, you know what? Remember, like, obviously before VAR, if the referee wasn't sure, he'd go over and have a word with one of the linesmen, and
Yeah,
then they'd make the decision from there, wouldn't they? Like, obviously
yeah,
there was no TV to go and watch. There was no VAR in his ear. He'd literally just go over to one of the linesmen and say, right, tell me what you saw. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what you saw. I'll tell you what I saw, and then between them,
yeah.
they'd say, okay, we're gonna give a free kick, gonna give a penalty, or that's a straight red card, mate. You have to go for that. And so, yeah, it's gonna be, it's gonna be, yeah. What's Scott saying? Yep, agree. Yep, agree. Majority section would work, Chile. Yeah, because I think someone
I
has to
think
be in
so.
charge in there. If we're thinking about the VAR, right? If they're literally debating it between them, and all 4 of them have got a different version of what they're seeing on the screens that they're all sat in front of, then I think then maybe 4 is too many people to be in there. Maybe you just need 2 people and the
Yeah,
adjudicator that stands behind them. Maybe 4 is an overkill, because I'm assuming that this is 4 for every game that has every Premier League game that has the system in it. You know. And this is something this boy is doing it, and Scott saying this here now. In rugby, they show all the decisions on the big screen, and never
yeah,
right now in the NFL, and I thought that, from my time living overseas, I really into the NFL. I'm a New York Jets fan, and the referee is on a mic that we can hear in the crowd, Chile. And
yeah.
he's
That's
calling
the
it.
same as in
He'll say,
rugby.
yeah, he's saying, number 7 ran interference, illegal block at the
Yeah,
at the 5th and 4th down. So there's no misunderstanding that even if you see it on the screen and you're saying, okay, well, what did he see that I don't see? He's explaining it. Obviously, the game's going to take longer. They stopped the game to explain the calls, and and
yeah.
and and for me, I'm actually all for that. I'm all for that. You have to remember as well, not everyone's got big screens, Scott. United don't have the big screens up. There is a screen there, but it's
No,
not
you have to
the
invest
big.
it. You have to go. You have to go Curry's, man. Go Curry's Black Friday.
This is what I was saying to Scott, right? Winning winning the Carabao Cup on Sunday, the prize money was 200K. 200 grand. Are you kidding me? Not even a million.
What?
At least
For
give us a
winning
million.
the Carabao?
Yeah, that's how low the money is for
No,
winning.
it's got to
Now,
be more than that.
that's what they're saying. I tell you what, it was debated on. Was it Talk Sport? I was driving through the night one night, and they were talking about it, and I was like, "What? That can't be right." But that's what they reckon. It's 200 grand, and they're saying that they need up the money. So if we won that and we got a nice 5 million, then bro, you know what? That's 5 million to invest in a new gym, to get some big TVs up on the in the gantries. Look at that. But Man United ain't even got exercise bikes in the gym. Yeah, but we've
That's
actually
what
got
I
them.
heard,
They're
Scott.
proper rusty, and and the sauna actually balls you like a boiler chicken. You know that one. It's not the right sauna in there or anything. So you know what I mean. I say roll on, roll
Why
on.
do you think they're
Whoever's
letting
got
it
money.
run into disrepair, D? Why aren't they sorting out? Because those are minor things for someone like Man United. The roof can't
But
be
this is
leaking. The showers can't be leaking. It's Man
yeah.
United.
But I think, but you know what? This is a scary thing, right? Because these guys have just from Fergie was there. These guys have been taking money out of the club. So you look how long Fergie's been gone, and the train crash bad since 30 gone. So all they is they're taking money, not reinvesting it into the club, into Carrington. They said Carrington is shabby as well. Now it's like, this is just me. I'm that kind of guy. If I'm on a million a month and I go into my workplace and I say, this one dusty microwave, I'm just gonna buy a microwave because you know what, I'm on a million a month and I can afford it. I know it's not the point, but I'm not come to work every day on a million a month and moan about the microwave. That's why I love Ronaldo. I'm like, Ronaldo, you could just bless the club with the gym because you wouldn't even miss that money. And this is the mentality of and maybe this is them protesting against the greedy owners, the players saying we're not going to physically invest in our club, even though we're all on good money. Because I've seen it at the lower league footballs where parents chip in to get the team a better kit, tracksuits and all that kind of warm-up tracksuits. I've seen it.
Yeah.
And so
I've seen them do it for a bus to get a mini bus to drive the kids to the games.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, when I see this stuff in the media, and I'm saying, what, you go to work every day and you look at the dusty gym and you look at the dusty this and you say, the chef can only do bangers and mash, you know what I mean, and some tin mashed peas, you know the ones. and you keep going to work, Chili. You keep going to work and
Morrison's
looking at this
value ones.
Right. and you say, hold on, this is I show up here. You know, I imagine on average they show up between Old Trafford and Carrington 6 days a week. Right? So 6 days a week, you show up to your place of work. It's proper dusty, and you just keep showing up and saying, you know what, I'm gonna Google one of them, see how much one of them is. Yeah, I'm just gonna buy one. Or I've got a friend who's a plumber. He needs to come in and just replan the whole jacuzzi, the whole steam room. It all needs replumbing. And then you say, right, United, billing, it's done. Or I'll pay off, you pay off. I just think that there has to be a level of, I'm pride in my club. These American owners don't really care. But then I'm hearing now, Shirley, that these guys are talking about, what did Eric Ten Hag say? And I took a snapshot because I was horrified when he said it. He said something that made me cringe. He said, Eric Ten Hag claims that Abraham Glazier was committed following United's Carabao Cup success at Wembley. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that you're committed to the club. Because it's always been a rumour that two of them don't want to sell Chile. And I just think, nah, man, if they really don't want to sell, but like Jason said last week, Jason Pierce was on last week, and Jason said, these guys want me and you, Chile, to give them $1 million each, and then you might give me 2% of the club, or just executive box. I'm like, if I'm giving you $1 billion, so you can pay off your cousin who's a shareholder in your company, because that's what they want to do. They want to pay off Glazers that want out. They want to pay it off, but they want me and you to invest our money so they can pay off their brothers.
So they can pay it off.
Yeah, because this is how I see it. If the club is worth 4.5 billion and you and me $1 billion each, that's 25% for you and 25% for me. Chile.
That's a cool.
They own 25% of this club now, but that's not what they want. They just want you to invest and take a side seat. And I'm saying, nah, you lot are not realistic. So I think they've had offers in, but they're still stalling because I don't think they imagine that Ten Hag would turn it around as quickly as he has. So they showed up for the cup final. When I saw them there, I was like, I swear these guys. And they're at Wembley saying, nah, man, they don't want to sell. I know they don't want to sell. And these are the things that worry me, that they'll get the offers, but they'll say, I wonder if we can convince them not to buy the club, just to invest in the club. And we stay still. Because they know it's a golden goose even when we're not winning. We're still generating great money for them. I mean, it takes $15-20 million in dividends check just like that every other quarter. And
the thing is, if they don't sell now, if they don't sell now, in a year, 18 months, 2 years, if they decide to sell, everyone who comes in is going to know 4.5 bill ain't enough. These guys ain't going to accept that. So they're going to come in with higher offers as well.
Yeah.
So they know what
I
they're
think
doing.
I think they're looking for a bidding war. Because if you look at Liverpool, shame his trophy's not on today. But if you look at Liverpool, he's actually come out and said that we're not really looking to sell the club. Now, all up to the World Cup, you were hearing Liverpool could be for sale after the World. You're hearing that, and they were saying it was like who will sell first, United or Liverpool. Now he come out. John Henry, is it? Is it John Henry? That guy.
Yeah,
I think it's John Henry. Yeah. He's come out and said, "Yeah, I'm not looking to really sell. Looking at investment options." And it's just how these Americans think, and that's not it's not knocking the Americans. I lived amongst them and worked among them. But if they know that this is a good money thing, they're just not going to sell it because the fans want them to sell it. It's just not how it works. Plus, they own American teams, Chile, as well, and they generate huge money. And what's Scott saying? Maybe the problem with Eric Ten Hag's success has turned the Glazers. I don't even think that is it. I think there's an element, Scott, that they felt it would take him longer to start getting results. And that was he's already won a cup final. So they're like, okay, yeah, maybe we don't sell. And they'll say it's not the right time to sell. Just let the club transition under this manager.
But that's the best time to sell when the club's successful. You get maximum price.
Yeah, and maybe they're looking for a bidding war. And I thought Liverpool guys would be the same thing. They'll start looking for a bidding war. So it is a little bit. I don't know. Like I said this to Jason. I think this club could be sold by Easter, but not with the way they're moving now. You know what I mean? Because if like Jason said, he said last week that deadline was a bit of a soft deadline. I remember it's like 2 Fridays ago, we need all the bids in. All the bids came in. Now Jason saying to me that they're trying to style it out like it's a okay, we got these bids in, but we're still open. Anyone else fancies it, don't feel shy to put a bid in, even though we said Friday. Now that doesn't help because of the process of selling Man United, because of the whole New York Stock Exchange. There's a whole process. You can't just sell it overnight. It all has to be. Then you see what happened. The shares dipped as well because of that foolishness. Our shares dipped, and it's like these. Man, I just want them gone, Chile. Regardless of the success, I want them gone.
How long have they been there?
17 years. Yeah, 17 years, bro. It's a long time to be just spooning that money out of the club, And the debt is still there. But imagine they bought the club for only 200,000. No, it's not 200,000. 200 million. No, it's not 200 million, is it? Hold on.
I thought they paid 790 mil for it.
Right. No. Yes, yeah. So they put 5 billion on loan. Sorry, 5 million on loan. Sorry, 500 million. Get it right now. 500 million on loan, and 200 million was their own investment money, allegedly. Not their own, but investment money. And they've never taken the loan off. And the government allowed them to do that. United was free. So you come into buy a
and the loan's been there all this time, them 17 years.
Yeah, all they were doing was paying the interest. Yeah, just giving the interest and not paying the loan. And taking dividends either every quarter or every other quarter. They took dividend checks.
But that doesn't even make sense. Why not get rid of that then? That means that you don't need that debt. That you could have paid off that debt and now you'd be debt free.
And the thing is, I suppose if United wasn't generating so much commercial money, then the debt would have bankrupted. But because they're generating so much commercial money and then TV rights, this is what I said to people that, whole Champions League, that's what you man qualify. It's 100 million qualify for Champions League, So
and how much did you get for winning the cup the other day?
200 grand allegedly. And so that's what I'm saying to you. You get 100 million to invest in 100 million for finishing top four to get the Champions League, and then you win the League Cup and they get 200 grand. I don't mean that's it. So you might as well, like, for the club finances, you might as well be focused on finishing in top four, because that's what serves you better financially. Okay, getting the cup, the medals, the winning mentality for the young lads. I've never won anything. All that is great, but from a financial thing, top four is probably more important than winning the Carabao Cup in terms of finances.
Yeah.
But winning mentality. We got man like Spurs on. Who's this? Yes, my guy. What's going on?
Yo.
Yeah. Let me see. What you say? Let's see, Generals. It's a good football week for everybody. Yeah.
Yes,
There's a lot of big games, man. A lot of big games. Good to have you on. Just covering for Normski. You know, what I mean, he's handling the death of his father and he's taking care of some stuff today during the 9 nights and all that. So you just actually to just to roll with the show for you, man. And so we're just discussing the madness of not selling, big screen TVs or lack of investment in the clubs. You know what I mean? I look at your stadium, Chile, and I say, that's a bad boy stadium, man. Like if we can stay at Old Trafford and revamp it, it won't look like that, but do it something like that where you can have a closed roof, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you can generate so much other money from the way that stadium is, rather than knowing that you're going to get wet. Remember how it rains in Manchester? We need a closed roof. Sometimes just need to bathe the dry. You know what I mean? Put the air conditioning on. And it'd be interesting that if we get these crazy owners that want to really put some great money into the club, whether they, because the Saudi guys talking about literally reinvesting across the board, like, you know what I mean, and they wouldn't be adverse to building a new stadium. Not sure where they're going to build it, or would they look to pull Old Trafford down and just rebuild it on the spot, but go maybe a different version of the stadium. There is a little bit of space around it, but I don't think there's space around it. Build a whole new stadium and keep Old Trafford erected. So it'll be interesting if they do end up selling to them, if they're allowed to do that. If they, because then what would happen? We may have to go a season or two ground sharing with the Blue Manx, God forbid. You imagine go to the edge. But this is the thing: we will fill that stadium. There'll be no doubt about that, mate. Because I'm trying to get tickets for the cup final, man. Golders, Chile. All the people that I know that I could bring, said, nah, dude, nothing going on. I'd be like, rah. And it's the same you go to Old Trafford as well. When I go up with my brother, we used to just go up and then look for the ticket scouts and see what we can do when we get there. Just go up there like 3 hours early before the game, and there's always someone got tickets. It's whether you want to pay, and if you fall short, you just find a safe pub and watch it in the pub. You know what I mean? We've done it a few times where we got up there got tickets and we got it. It's mad, Old Trafford is mad when it comes to tickets, man. It's like, and I think the listing for the season ticket thing is insane as well. It's not very good. It's very hard to get on that. It's gonna be an interesting one. As I'm entertaining the chat, I'm also. Well, here we go. I hear this. Yeah, because I'm throwing everything now, right? When Norman's got us on, we can continue discussing while Norman's getting stuff up. So I'm trying to be Norman's kid tonight with the keeping up with the chat and stuff. Here we go. I hear you, D. They treat like buildings, allow the inside, rebuild, upgrade, update, and keep the exactly. I'll be cool with that, I'll be clear, because remember that's 78,000 you can hold now at Old Trafford. So what is that?
Oh, then you're definitely
10,000. Yeah, so it's only 10,000 behind
Man
Wembley.
City only like 50,000, 55,000.
Yeah,
Man City.
Remember that was built for the Olympics, wasn't it? That stadium.
Yeah,
that City Arena, that from when they moved from Main Road, that was built for the Olympics. I remember when that stadium went up, because I got family and brethren in Manchester. You know what I mean? So they're always keeping me up to date. But word on the street is that these man really don't. Well, two of them, Abram and I can't remember which one. The one that's got the silly ponytail, got his hair's all falling out. Got the silly ponytail. I think them two don't really want to sell, but the generation behind them, which is probably their nieces or their nephews that were all involved in that business, they want money now because maybe they over invested in what you call it, the American football teams and all that, and their American sports teams. So the whole this is the cash cow, and then they're realizing that no money left. I don't think they can go to the bank and loan any more money. Hence, that we had to do the whole loan deals in January to get players in to strengthen the squad, and we got a bit lucky with the goalkeeper and big fella Wakehurst. You know what I mean? Got them on loan.
What sort of dividends do they take from their American sports teams?
I'm not sure. Scott, listen, man. You look after, mate. Oh yeah, game time. Yeah. Oh yeah, Arsenal quarter 8.
Yeah,
watch the game. Enjoy the game, mate.
I'm going to watch Tottenham.
Yeah. What time? Who you on tonight, Jill? Who you tonight?
Huh?
Who you guys playing tonight? Are you on tonight?
We're playing in the cup. Yeah,
FA Cup. Yeah.
I forget. It's not Peterborough.
I was checking. You Sheffield United, mate.
Sheffield United. That's it. Yeah.
Bramall Lane. Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm. We've covered a lot tonight, actually, which is not bad. How long we? Oh, we've been on that hour. I thought we were longer than that. I'm going to finish off the Premier League because we got distracted. But yeah, I mean, we've been entertaining the chat, which is a bad thing. That keeps the channel flowing. So that's all good. So we've done Fulham, Man City, Bournemouth.
You're on Nottingham Forest, West Ham. You were saying about
West Ham.
Yeah.
Yes. 4-0. Yeah. Like I said, when Antonio is scoring, you know you got a bad day at the office because it's even Declan Rice. Declan don't score much. Even Declan got on the act.
Yeah, Declan don't score.
Yeah, but you know,
do you want him or do you want him to go to Arsenal?
This is my thing, right? We're gonna have to overpay for him, Chile. I don't reckon he's worth 90 million or whatever they want for him. It's silly money. Saying that, he's probably going to be 60 million to Arsenal, but if United want him, he's got to 80 million. It's always been that. So for me, this is how I see it. I think Ten Hag's got enough contacts that he can go abroad and get a Declan Rice, and it's going to cost him 80 million. That's how I see it. I just feel like we have to stop doing that at the club, United. Stop overpaying for players that. I mean, okay, he's England international. So is Harry Maguire. You know what I'm saying? And that's not been horrible. I'm just saying that Declan is England international, and so is Harry Maguire because the manager likes him. So I look at that.
You're playing tonight.
Yeah, West Ham. That's what I'm saying. We're getting no breaks. This league wants him to fail. And you imagine Barcelona on Thursday, League Cup final on Sunday, and we're already playing again on Wednesday. Come on, man. That's ridiculous, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's put this section. Anyway, Mr. Scarlett and Mullet with bare scalps and on the show. What's this? You say? FA Cup, Everton for us. Yeah. Is this what's his name here? Carcedo and Ababas. Yeah, you know what? The Fulham guy. He's good, you know. Yeah, the basmati. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna really overpay for that basmati rice, and I like basmati rice. I cook my rice and peas with basmati. You know what I mean? With this guy Declan, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just the price tag puts me off him, mate. Unfortunately, that's what I would say, Chile.
Yeah,
Yeah,
90
yeah,
mil. That's ridiculous, man.
But I think it'll only be 90 mil or thereabouts to Man United. 85 to 90 for Man United. Anybody else will get it for maybe 65 mil. I just think that, especially if we get the new owner, Chile, everybody's going to be trying to tax Man United. We're going to be paying that Saudi tax on top of that Brexit tax. You know, once
Yeah,
we're going to get hammered.
yeah, definitely. Although
Every player we
Newcastle
go
have done
for,
all right.
yeah. But the thing is, Newcastle are not us. There's almost a level. You have to remember the whole country wanted Newcastle to win on Sunday. There's a
Yeah,
level of I feel sorry for Newcastle, and that's why afterwards people were talking more about Newcastle losing than Man United winning. They hated that we went up. Yet they'll turn around and say it's a Tin Pot Cup. So why are you bothered about winning it then? You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like make your
yeah,
minds
yeah,
up. You
yeah.
can't have it both ways. You can't say you want them to win the Tin Pot Cup, but then when we win it, you're like that's rubbish. Or Man United should have won it. All right, make your minds up. Yeah, but like I said, there's an agenda there, and it's more about. I said it a few weeks ago when Ten Hag came in, and they tried to punk him in that first press conference. He just shut it down, and them mans didn't like that. They didn't like being shut down because it was a filmed live press conference on Sky, I think, and certain questions about him, and he was like, "Wow, you know what? I just got here, and that's what we're asking me. 2 games in, and you want me fired after 2 games? I just got
Yeah,
here. This is not my team
that's
yet."
crazy. That is.
Yeah, and he shut them down, and I think from then they've been gunning for him to get fired, haven't they? He's not English, doesn't jump through the hoops. Here we go. Look, 90 million can get a first teamer, and the school depth. The English quotas killing the transfer market. It is because you have to remember these English players haven't won a European Cup, not European Cup, Euros. They haven't won Euros. So I'm like, you haven't won the Euros, you haven't won the World Cup. So how on earth am I paying 80 million for you as a midfielder? What have you won? What's he won at West Ham? He's won nothing at West Ham. So how's he worth 80 million? That's what I'm saying. There's no way I'm spending that money on Declan Rice. I'll be furious if we did that because I just think there's
Yeah.
other options out there. Yeah, and obviously
To put it
you're
in
going to need
context, City paid 51 mil for Haaland.
exactly, and that was something written into Haaland's contract. Was something there was release costs when he came from wherever I can't remember where he was now before he went to was it Leipzig or one of them teams before he went to Dortmund. When he went to Dortmund, that was relating the release clause. If anybody comes anything over 50 million, you have to let me go. Because you think about it, 50 million is still a lot of money. Even
Yeah, of
though it
course.
probably
Yeah.
isn't in terms of strikers, but it's still 50 million. Me and you win 50 million, chill, we got 25 a pop, we're nice. Forever. We're nice forever, you say.
Nice.
And so in football in terms, you go 50 mil. All right, yeah, man, that's a light 50 mil. So for him to go to City for a light 50 mil is actually very good business, even though I hear people saying that he's made them worse now. I just don't know. I think they have to play different with him. I don't think they've made them worse. Plus, he gave 2 players to Arsenal to help them out. If he had kept them 2 players and Sterling that he gave to sold to
Chelsea.
if you imagine if they still had Sterling, Jesus, and Zinchenko in that current Man City squad,
Yeah.
that's current because his rotation is even better. He's not even overthinking or sweating the rotation. And yeah, that's
Why
how I
do you
look at it.
think they sold to those teams? Do you think he didn't see Arsenal as challenging? That's why.
No,
And
I think he
Chelsea.
wanted a challenge. I think he got bored and said, "I need a challenge here. What can I do?" All right, like you know what I mean. He said, "Arteta, that's my brethren. All right, hold them 2 players." You know what? That's what he just did. He
Yeah.
just said, "Let's make it interesting because Pep is that arrogant, ain't he, Jimmy? Yes, mate. He is that arrogant to say, yeah, man, you know what? Hold them." And Chelsea, yeah, man, go to Sterling, go back to London. You're good. Yeah, we can survive. And the thing is, if you look at the City squad, it's a bad boy squad, isn't it? Even though they've been very inconsistent. And some games that they've drawn or lost last season, they're not losing them games. So maybe their eyes off the ball, or he's merely just focusing on the Champions League, because as much as all the big chat he's given, he's only ever won Champions League with Messi. He hasn't gone anywhere else and won. He hasn't won Champions League anywhere without Messi. So is that your levels, bro? Like you need a worldie of a player to win that tournament. And is Haaland that guy for them? Maybe. It's not De Bruyne. You know, he drops De Bruyne a lot now. De Bruyne's not consistent as he used to be. So, yeah, you know, and if you look at them as well, you look at, what's his name? Jack Grealish. He's not a typical Man City type of player. But he's still, that's who you brought in, you know? So I look at that and say, yeah. So, yeah, man. I'm looking down at our ticker, mate. I'm looking down at our ticker that I have. And, all right, we're gonna swiftly move on to Ez needs to be here, man. Man, I need you to cook Ez, man. That's your time, Chili. You need to cook Ez.
I want to know where he is, because I remember him saying that Tottenham are irrelevant. So I need to have a conversation with the guy, but he don't want to turn up after that whooping.
Well, he may have gone to the Nine Nights, you know, because
of course,
Norman's dad is her granddad. Is his wife, his wife's granddad. So Norman said he did expect him unless he's so.
No, I think he did. Norman did mention that, so I'll let Ez off. Ez, I'll let you off this one time, but you're still getting it next time I see you.
Tottenham 2, Chelsea 0, my brother.
Yeah, and it's not like we snatched it or nicked it. We deserved it.
Yeah.
Emerson, did you see Emerson and Chilwell? Chilwell was terrified of him. Yeah, at one point, Chilwell kicked the ball into touch rather than face Emerson. He did.
And this how you know it's over. Now, Chili, I was watching a show earlier, one of these guys that I follow on YouTube, and he said something that I said I'm gonna ask Chili about this. Would you play Harry in the 10 and have Richie Emerson leading the line?
No, I would do what they've done tonight. Harry's on the bench and Richarlison's playing number 10. Yeah. And we've got Lucas and Song supporting him from the wings.
Right. So you wouldn't consider playing them together, as in because a lot of people are saying because Harry is not the quickest in terms of he's not a pacey striker. He can play very well in the he can play very well in the 10 and Richarlison with more pace, you know, like lead the line. Yeah. And I thought that's not a bad shot. I'm gonna ask you about that. What you thought? I just thought that's an interesting shot.
They could do that, but I wouldn't want to see it like weekly, like maybe on a one-off game here and there. But I wouldn't want to see it weekly. We've kicked off now, so I'm watching.
Yeah. I think we're about. Yeah, I think they're there or thereabouts. Yeah. They've started that.
And Romero was roughing up Sterling, and who else was it over there? Is Sterling the next guy?
I'm looking at them. Yeah, Ziyech and Sterling. Yeah, and then he played Yao Felix in the 10. But you guys, Harry Lee, Hollison, Kuleveski. Yeah, so we dropped Song for that game. Yeah, fair enough. But that's a good win, Phil. That's a good win actually, because it keeps you guys keeping pace with us, really.
Yeah.
You're 4 points behind us. I mean, you play the game. We got a game in hand over here, but you're there, man. You know what I mean? And then Newcastle got 2 games.
We're not fighting with you. We're fighting with Newcastle, man. and
Newcastle,
Brighton,
yeah,
I
because
believe.
well, Fulham, no, Fulham are in sixth on 39 points.
Yeah, but how many
But they
games have
played
they played?
25 games. Yeah, they
Yeah,
played
exactly.
25.
What's
So
Brighton?
Brighton has played 22. Liverpool has played 23 games.
Yeah,
So
and how many points has Brighton got?
Brighton's on 35. Liverpool's on 36. So if Liverpool
So what
plays them
can
2 games in
Brighton
hand,
go up to? 44.
yeah, Brighton. If they win the games in that, then we'll go behind you. I tell you what, I still think it's going to be a little bit. I just think there's going to be a lot happening still. On what's crazy saying, if you have to name at least 3 goals, Chelsea have scored February. I could tell you. I don't think they scored 3 in February, Craig. I was thinking about that.
No, because that's what they said. Emerson scored more goals than Chelsea in February.
Chelsea, that's not good, is it? Well, you know what? As much as we like to banter, and then Liverpool, Sellers Park. They went to Sellers Park, and I watched the highlights. It was a horrible game to watch. It's just like it's almost like both teams were scared to lose, and a ball draw. And you actually don't put Liverpool on as ball draw. That's why I really wanted Kofi to be on and say, bro, what's going on with you, man? You know what I mean? Because they got all their players back now. Gappo, Jota, they're all back. I'm looking at the field. Let me see what Liverpool fielded. Here we go. Frontline, Jota, Gappo, Mo Salah. And you see, they still got Henderson and Milner together. Ketia. They replaced Gomez with Matip. Still got Trenton Robinson, Van Dijk, Alisson. So for me, their weakness is still midfield. In that sense, it's interesting.
But everyone knew that, though.
Yeah,
I don't know why they haven't bought a midfielder.
Oh well, people said it's on Klopp, innit? They said it's on Klopp. That Klopp really should have looked at that. And then obviously our game against Brentford was postponed for
Hang on a sec.
So
do you think Klopp's got enough in the bank that he'll be definitely here next season? Because he's won everything with them.
Yeah, and I don't know where they go right now.
And that's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah, you look at it and say, who's available apart from Poch?
Yeah.
Who's available.
He's not going to be available. He's got to come Tottenham in the summer.
You think he'll come back?
Yeah, I think so. I think Conte's going to go and Poch will be back.
It wouldn't surprise me if Conte doesn't come back this season, just stays in Italy.
Well, apparently he's coming back this week.
Is he? But you know what?
I don't want him to because this guy ain't lost the game.
That's what I'm saying. I look at it and say, I think you actually play better football without him in the dugout.
Somebody said that when he's there, the boys are nervous. That's why they play like that.
Yeah. Look, it's like, like I remember at school, we used to have a French teacher and a guy called Ben Brown. He looked like a mini Hitler, and we was terrified of this because you heard all the horror stories of stuff that he would do. And when you went to the French lesson in this class, nobody ran, all them big bad boys, they were bad boys. he used to whip you. He had all the ammunition in his cloakroom, in his little locker room, make you hold out your hand and you get whipped on your hands and all that. This guy was mad. And I think that's what Conte reminds me of, like that school teacher that you think this is a I'm not
even gonna muck about with this one.
Here you go. Craig said, would Thomas Tuchel be a good replacement for Klopp? That's not a bad shout. That's a
good shout, actually.
Craig, I think I said this to Kofi the other week. Would you take Thomas if Klopp? But Klopp is not leaving his money. They're going to have to fire him and pay him off. He's not going to leave his money on the table. Same as Conte. Can't tell him he's out of contract, but if there's money on the table, he's not leaving it. And to a point, do you blame them? That's why they sign these big contracts, don't they? But I would look at that and say that you have to be a little bit concerned, maybe for Klopp's mental health as well, because maybe now you look at him and you say, is this guy just overthinking it? And yeah, it could be that he is. Yeah. I am right. We are okay, Chile. We've kind of hit most of the points apart from my predictions. You know, I'm looking at just looking at the reel there. Yeah, because we've done the Premier Review. We've spoken about the dodgy referees. What we briefly, we could do briefly. 6 million, was it worth it? And we know what he's talking about, don't we? We know exactly who Norman's talking about.
6
Chelsea.
mil? Oh,
Yeah,
600 million.
600 mil. Yeah, 600 mil. And I mean, I was saying on Twitter that he got fired today, but I didn't see it anywhere else. So maybe Twitter was trying to spark up. They were trying to get tweets going to get him fired. But apparently it's only Todd that's keeping him in the job. Apparently the rest of the board want him gone. And Todd is convinced that
apparently they want Tuchel back.
That'd be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Well, embarrassing for Todd. Because Todd,
for the club, not. Who fired him?
Todd Bowley fired him, didn't he?
Was it? Oh, was
Tuchel.
it?
Yeah, because he fell out with him because Todd wanted to bring Ronaldo in. And Tuchel went on it. He went, it will absolutely trash the changing room if I bring him in. That's just one more distraction that I don't need. Yeah, that I don't need. So he dug his heels in and said he didn't want Ronaldo. I think they were looking at it from a marketing point of view as well. You know, it's Ronnie and he's unmarketable. But it's like, do you want that headache? You know what I mean? I mean, you have to remember this guy is in the desert celebrating hat-tricks now, you know. You know what I mean? Playing against butchers and candlestick makers and stuff, you know? And I'm just like, what is going on? I mean, there's got to be a level there, Chile. You've got to look at yourself and say, stop doing the zoo. I'm playing in the desert. These mans are all going to their 9 to 5s in the morning. They're not professional football. Like, come on. It's bad, man. It's bad. I feel sorry for that.
He's like 270 M's a year or something.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I don't know, man. This is me, right? I know I got something about me that I would be very comfortable taking that money. I just think, you know what? Go MLS. There was no reason for him. He could have gone to MLS. There's no reason for him to have gone and played in the sand against these guys, man. You know,
I would have gone MLS, played for LA Galaxy, probably got 150 mil for the year.
He could have played for my team because Phil Neville's there. Inter Miami. He could have gone to Inter Miami and played for my guys. You know what I mean?
David Beckham's team.
Yeah.
You don't go and play for that crusty team.
No, but this is my thing. I'd rather him gone there and played there than go and play in the sand doing Zeus's when he scored a hat-trick. I mean,
definitely. I thought he'd go LA Galaxy. I would have gone LA Galaxy.
But this is the thing. Like the goalkeeper, he was wearing tracksuit bottoms. That tells you about the man was probably a little bit cold. It was late in the evening. He's like, nah, man, I'm gonna put the tracky on. I'm like, what league are you playing in? That the goal, you see our goalkeepers in minus whatever playing football in shorts. My man's over playing in the sand with it's like he didn't get his legs dirty. I was just.
Our goalkeeper Gomez, he played in tracksuit bottoms.
Tracksuit bottoms, yeah. It's mad. It's mad.
I say he turned up.
He turned up. Yeah, he turned up. Yeah. So we are. Ten Hag went out. Yeah, we discussed that. You know what I mean? I still think the league is going to be a stretch if we stay in the FA Cup and continue in Europe. I just think it's too much football. We're literally playing every 3 days. And, Yeah, the injuries and you seen some fatigue because after Sunday's game, I thought there was some moments where we could have come and stopped for great goalkeeping. But I think once we scored, then I knew that was over. I knew that because Newcastle don't score much goals, so Newcastle had to have scored first to win that final. That's what I said to a lot of people. Craig saying here. Craig, Arsenal playing in Everton's hands. You would think Everton playing at home. Wake up, Arsenal. FFS.
Is it that bad, Craig?
It's not good, is it? I was trying to get my stream up, but it's gone all patchy for some reason. The West Ham game. But I say we should be playing tonight. It's just like, and then we got Liverpool Sunday, another big game again. So, I mean, some people say Liverpool is not a big game, but like as a Man United fan, if you know that history, Liverpool, no matter what Liverpool it is, and you go to Anfield, that is always a potential banana skin, and they're going to turn up to players. They're not going to roll over. It's not. It's just not what they do. It's not what we do when they come to Old Trafford. There's always going to be a. I think it's a bigger derby than the
but you're playing good football
and
they're playing bad football. So really, you should be beating them.
Yeah, but it's still at Anfield, isn't it? I'm saying Anfield's a fortress.
Yeah, I know, but they've been so poor, man.
They have, Trini, and deep down, I should, like if we weren't playing tonight and getting the rest out, you can tell the squad needs resting a bit. And I don't even know. I'm seeing some familiar. I've seen people in the chat slagging off Maguire. So he might have started Maguire since Maguire insisted. You know, did a deal with Bruno. He did a deal with Bruno that if we win, that they would lift the cup together, and Bruno would put the captain's armband on him and all sorts. And I'm like, and then I actually thought Ten Hag forgot to bring him on because the game was ticking away. I thought he's not going to bring on Maguire. I was thinking in my head like, because the rumor mills came out on Twitter that he's going to lift the cup, and I said he can't lift the cup in his tracksuit. Got to give him some minutes. And then literally, as I said it, about a minute later, subbed him on. I was laughing my head off. I said to my missus, he's only going to sub up Maguire. She went, "Oh my God, no way." I said, "Nah." I said we can't lose from this position.
I was going to say, but when you brought him on, he was certain that you couldn't lose. That Maguire could have messed it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And to the shit now, he brought him on because he took the clock and he says, "There's no way we surrender 2-goal leads in 6 minutes, 6-7 minutes."
Exactly.
And got his 6-7 minutes, and then I don't know if you saw this, if it was the final, but Bruno, after giving the armband and walking up, Bruno started to hand back and let players go in front of him who weren't interested. And then Casemiro and them were like, "Nah, Bruno, nah. You are captain. You got to lift that cup." And I think he thought, after what I've done leading this team, you're going to come on for 5 minutes and lift the cup and put the armband on. And I've been saying it for weeks every time he comes on. And next minute I'm seeing put the armband on. I'm like, what's he doing? I would never do that, actually. I got self-respect for myself to say, I'm not good enough to start in this team. Okay, he's going to give me a 10-minute cameo. I certainly ain't going to go over to the captain and take the armband off. He mind doing it. I don't care if I'm club captain. I just think there's levels to this, and I find it embarrassing. I find it that he does that. I mean, everyone said he's club captain. He's got a right to leave. He's got a right to lift the cup. Yeah, but Ten Hag nearly forgot to put him on. So you imagine if he did come on, would he still have gone there, taken the captain's armband off the captain, that captained the whole game, and lifted the cup?
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah. In what world does that?
Yeah.
I don't think in any sporting arena that happens. It doesn't happen. Yeah.
So for me, it's like when they bring the goalkeeper off and bring another one on for the penalties. I always want that team to lose.
Yeah, because then you're saying that this guy's kept you in for 90 minutes. Now he's not good enough to save a penalty for you. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Disrespectful, I find.
Yeah.
Especially when you know he's had some blinding saves in the actual game to keep you in it while you want at penalties.
He's got you to this point, you know what I mean? And
yeah, in a final, yeah. And so it happens so often, and then you got to look at that and say, maybe a player should say, "Well, boss, I've kept you in it. Now you're not going to let me do the penalties." because that's what I'm like. I would actually say it. I would just call my boss out and just say,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll be like, not happy with you, boss, because I feel like I've done all I can do to get us to this point. Because he's done his job, Chili. If it's still 0-0 and you're going to penalties, he's done his job.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
so I look at that and
Yeah.
yeah.
And he gets
It's an
hooked for
Arsenal looking
somebody else.
jaded.
No.
Craig, that's not good, Craig. I don't know. Right, Chili.
Arsenal
Moving on
beat them.
quickly now. Yeah, they should do. We are Norman's left me the prediction table. Hold on, I'm trying to get up the what we are game week. We're going into game week.
26
Game week
is gonna be the next one.
26. Saturday the 4th of March. Okay, so just I'm gonna go quickly. We have Man City Liverpool at 12. No, Man City Newcastle. Get it right there, right? At 12:30 at the Etihad on Saturday. Was that Saturday afternoon lunchtime? The 3 o'clocks we have Arsenal at home to Bournemouth. We have Aston Villa at home to Newcastle. We have
No,
Brighton at
Villa
home.
are playing Palace.
No, sorry, man. I might be dyslexic here, you know. Not even joking. Like what? I'm getting distracted by the vision above me. Getting my eyes tested. Yeah, thank you, Chili. Yeah. Brighton, West Ham, Chelsea at home to Leeds. You guys were away to Manu. Ooh, Chili. That might be a tough one, bro.
I know.
Just going because they tend to sit deep at home and try and counterattack. So okay, Leicester away to Southampton St Mary's. Sunday, we have a 6-point relegation battle. Nottingham Forest home to Everton, bro. On Sunday, that's at 2 o'clock, and then Super Sunday, Man United away to Liverpool at Anfield at 4:30.
Big game.
And then Monday, Brighton host Fulham at 8 o'clock at the Brentford Community Centre. So these are our
That's a little West London
these are
derby.
our games. Yeah, I don't know how many are in chat. I was going to say I don't mind to do what you got to do to win. Because Craig was saying also looking jaded. So first, guys, we need to pick a team and put our predictions within our WhatsApp group. I'm gonna put the table, Chili. Apparently, hold on, here we go. That works. Boom. The table is up. So
You done that like a pro.
Chili is pressing me, you know. Yeah, he's pressing me, Chili. So
you're nice. You're step for the head.
But you know what though? Kofi's gone 3 red dots on 4 on the trot, you know. He's having a nightmare down there. So Normski's leapfrogged him and gone green, blue.
Out the bottom.
And Chili's for your Chili. Kofi's gone. Yeah, he's gone mad, mate. He's gone 4 reds on. He's getting it horribly wrong, man. So don't buy a lottery ticket with Kofi. And then Ez is staying steady there in third.
Ez is chasing me down. Look.
Yeah. So yeah, you got red blue. I've gone red blue. You've gone blue red blue. Ez has gone red blue. I think Nomski's for me. He's gone because he's gone green and 2 blues. So he's had 3 good weeks on the prediction. So yeah, guys in the chat as well. Yeah, if you want to predict your teams for the weekend, let me see. The Arsenal fans, you guys are at home to Bournemouth. That should be a solid 3 points. But like Craig is saying, Man's is looking a little jaded out there. And this is the business end of the season where you're playing Europa League or Cup game, and then you got your Premier League right in the mix. So yeah, it's going to be interesting there. But yeah, so yeah, predictions in the chat, and yeah, and that includes us, Chili, in our private chat. Pick a game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna have to just have a look at these because there's some nice games here, some very hard to predict ones. You know what I mean? And even Man City, Newcastle coming to Man City, but Newcastle is scoring any
Yeah,
goals.
I was going to pick that one first, but I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I think that'd be a 3-0 or 3-1.
Is the Champions League? I can't remember if it's the Champions League next week. Because if there's Champions League next week, as in Tuesday and Wednesday, which I think there is, can't remember now. He's going to rotate that squad. You know what Pep's like? That Pep roulette's going to kick in. So yeah, saying that, I don't see Pep dropping Haaland. So
who have they got in the Champions League? Oh,
Champions League, City. I tell you, City drew. I'm telling you now, City are playing RB Leipzig, mate. On the 14th of March. So City got Leipzig. Liverpool are away at the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid. That's a tough one. That is. That's a horrible draw for Liverpool. Blooming out. And then you man's at home.
They're 5-2 down.
Is it? Yes, that's right. Yeah, they off. Yeah, lad. Yeah, so Liverpool are not going to want to go there. So, and then you guys are playing on Wednesday. AC Milan, right? Yeah, AC Milan.
Yeah,
and Chelsea at home.
We're 1-0
on
down.
Tuesday. Yeah, Chelsea at home on Tuesday the 7th to Borussia Dortmund. 8 o'clock kick off at the Bridge. Tottenham at home. Man City at home. So Liverpool are the only British team on the road. Or English team on the road, should I say. So they're away. Yeah, they should have done better in their backyard, man. I think they've really left themselves some mountain to climb, but nothing is impossible. But I just, well, you know what, it's Real Madrid. I don't see Real Madrid lying down at the stadium. And I think Liverpool need to score 4, right, to win that. Yeah, they're 5-2 down. So they need, so they need 4 goals to win it without conceding, which is going to be a tall order.
Yeah, 4 goals without conceding away to Real Madrid.
You saw how on fire Vinicius Junior was. He was absolutely smoking. So they're going to contain them. Yeah, they're going to contain these guys, man. So so that is our prediction table for us. And I'm not seeing any predictions from the guys in the chat. I'm just looking at the chat there. But I'm still top of the tree. I'm not trying to look down. I don't want to get dizzy. I literally come and leave from me, so I'm just going to keep my head up. Don't look down. But yeah,
I'm coming, man.
That's all right, mate. We are. Yeah, we are about done, actually. I think we are. And I'm just, I'm not seeing anything more come in the chat. And we've gone through our schedule. So I hope we've done Nomsky proud, and I hope that they're doing his dad proud. It's very tough to lose somebody, as well as everything else that comes with it, the politics, and sure when we're seeing Norman, he'll kind of listen. I know some stuff's gone down that he's not been happy with, but like I say, lay the old man to rest, and just be proud of what he's achieved in life, and when he's taking care of these guys. But whoever's left in the chat, I think we have one still watching us, and we appreciate the one. It's either Mikel Arteta, love Arsenal, hate Cronkies. It's my guy. But listen, I appreciate you guys. Appreciate Chili for coming through and making sure I wasn't flying solo. And I was getting nervous. I was going to be on own long flapping. It's been good. I think we've covered a lot tonight. And we have. And I think we've done Norm TV. What's going on, proud. So guys, take care for now, and we will see you again soon. Take care.
Take care.